Today in this video, Conor McGregor's mother was accused of racism because of black spiders on her face during Halloween. The representative of the former UFC champion in two weight categories, Conor McGregor, reacted to the accusations. But what's going on with Conor? As everyone has already noticed, not a day goes by without the Irishman not rolling out another post on social networks about his imminent return to the UFC. Conor often makes active attacks towards other fighters, threatens to return and tear down everyone and everything in his path. But there is a suspicion that this mission is impossible for McGregor. In addition, McGregor has certain problems with alcohol. So in this video, we'll tell you everything that is really happening with Conor McGregor. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. But before we continue with the video, we have something for you. Today's video sponsor is Private Internet Access. With over 30 million downloads and 10 plus years of expertise in VPN, it is the most transparent VPN provider in the world. If you don't know what a VPN is, it works on Android, iOS, Windows, and many more devices, and gives you the ability to browse completely anonymously on the internet. PIA's token-based dedicated IPs give you 100% anonymity, and you can enjoy all of the benefits of privacy. PIA gives you the ability to, with click of a button, browse the internet like as you are in other countries. You can use this feature to watch Netflix shows that are only available in other countries. On top of this, PIA also safeguards your online activity by blocking ads, trackers, and other malicious websites. What makes Private Internet Access different is their transparency. They never record or store user data, and their no logs policy has been proven to be true multiple times in court. The code for Private Internet Access is open source, which makes them one of the very few VPN providers to do so. Plus, it's also one of the very few VPNs that support P2P file sharing and torrenting. PIA now has 50 servers in 50 US states. Need to look like you're surfing the web from Oklahoma? Oh, we got an IP for that. Do you need to visit a website that can only be accessed within Alaska's borders? Got an IP address for that too. Why is this so important? With IP addresses available in all 50 states, you will avoid sporting events blackouts if your state's local network opts out of the rights to televise the game. Watch television premieres before they show up in your time zone and avoid spoilers. Right now, we have a crazy deal for you. If you use the code in the description, you get an 82% discount on Private Internet Access. That is $2.11 a month, and you also get 3 months completely free. We promise you guys, once you start using Private Internet Access, you will not stop. As it became known during the Halloween celebration, McGregor was dressed as Frank Abagnale from the movie Catch Me If You Can. His mother is in the form of a living dead man. Spiders were painted on her face with black paint, something social media users saw as a sign of racism. The McGregor family loves Halloween. His mother painted spiders on her face, as her costume suggested the image of a dead man rising from the grave. It is unfortunate to hear any other interpretation that is incorrect, said the representative of the Irishman. As for Conor himself, not a day goes by without the notorious Irishman posting another post on social media about his imminent return to the UFC. His last fight took place over a year ago, where Dustin Poirier was his opponent, and Notorious could not hold out even a round. He broke his left leg, which sent him to the infirmary for a long time. Now, Conor is making active attacks towards other fighters, threatening to return and tear everyone and everything in his path. That's just all this talk, with which he is trying to make down more money. All year, Notorious spent his time idly. He allowed himself all of the pleasures of his life, ate a lot, and drank his alcohol. But at the same time, he remained in great shape, which is clearly demonstrated by the latest photographs of the fighter. He actively attends various social events, allows himself to appear there without a t-shirt, and show off his six-pack. It seems that it is simply impossible to achieve such a result without steroids. First, the USADA officially announced that in 2022, Conor never underwent mandatory doping testing. Then, UFC President Dana White confirmed this information, but added the fact that McGregor was not included in the US anti-doping testing pool. Why an athlete who is really going to compete again under the banner of the organization does not pass the appropriate control is a big question. It became known that Conor, in order to return to the UFC, must undergo a 6-month doping test and provide at least 2 negative tests. There is a suspicion that this mission is impossible for McGregor. I'll be back soon, hopefully early 2023, somewhere in the first quarter. A couple more months and I'll be ready. To start training camp, getting ready to jump in the cage and start beating people for millions of dollars. I predict the future. "There is gold in it," Conor wrote on social media. With bright exclamations, Conor works for the public and also provokes a fight for himself. He tries to arouse the interest of boxing promoters, passionately wants to get a fat contract, and McGregor is well aware that he will not return to the UFC. Right now, it is much more profitable for him to have one boxing fight and hit the jackpot, and not to plow in the gym and try to return to the leading positions in the lightweight division. And there is no guarantee that Notorious will not fail drug tests. Therefore, the Irishman will try to get himself a contract with an organization that will turn a blind eye to medical checks. Conor is without a doubt one of the greatest fighters in MMA history. Championship belts in 2 weight categories, incredible popularity, and a whole scattering of records. The red-haired Irish guy entered his name in the history of sport in golden letters. But, like many great athletes, Notorious squandered the chance to leave on time, and now he turns into a sad clown who is trying to play on his outgoing popularity, something that even annoys his fans. For example, recently, former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping said on his YouTube channel, "The level of fame that Conor has reached is simply colossal. This happens very, very rarely. We are talking about A-list celebrities. There are many people at this level, but it is a damn rare to achieve it. I know a few of these people, and they get really lonely. They can't go anywhere. They can't trust people." And I can't help agreeing with him. McGregor is reluctant to admit that he is over as an athlete. He lost 3 of the last 4 fights, and now he is resting. The legend's vacation has already dragged on for 15 months. But Conor still talks about championship belts, about new challenges, and promises to knock everyone out. What for? After all, no one takes his word seriously, given that Notorious was left alone even by the anti-doping service, despite accusations of using steroids. And without constant checks, returning to the octagon is simply impossible. In addition, McGregor has certain problems with alcohol. UFC fighters have repeatedly mentioned how often and plentifully the Irish drinks alcohol. What is his return with a current level of competition? There would be no complaints if the Irishman simply enjoyed life and did not speak about future victories. There is a feeling that Conor simply ran out of motivation. It is not surprising, given how much he has earned over his career. And of course, we have to mention his movie career. McGregor is already starring in an action movie. Hollywood seems to suit him perfectly. Unlike sports skills, incredible charisma will forever remain with Conor. Let him entertain us on the screen and not pretend to be an active athlete. We will always remember Notorious as the main star of the UFC for the last 10 years. It was the Irishman who made Dana White's promotion incredibly popular. Now, it's time to leave the UFC. New achievements are ahead.
The guy can buy whatever he wants.
Right.
He's buying yachts and this and that, and God bless him. But you can't buy the UFC Championship of the world. That's the only thing he can't buy, so he's got no choice to go and fight for it. And he's still choosing to do that. You have to respect that, to be honest.